Hey, Laura here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. I haven't done a reading like this in a while. It's late at night here on Thursday, and Mercury is sitting in the energy of just sitting there, right? It's stationed. And I'm sitting in all of these thoughts, all of these mercurial thoughts. And I was drawn to sit down and to start shuffling some cards. And so I did grab my Heart's Hidden Secret deck. This reading is not going to be sign specific. It's not geared towards astrology, although if an astrological message comes through, I'm going to talk about it. But I just feel this energy of exposure. It feels like exposure, and it's really not that late here. It's 8:41 at night, but late for me. I'm usually laying in bed by now. But we've had a late night. So let's see what needs to come through. I feel like this secret or this hidden secret is about to be exposed. We get confusion and obscurity. Interesting. So somebody here is wearing a mask. I feel like the mask is slipping. So if somebody's had secrets, or if they've been very mysterious or a little bit avoidant, they're definitely hiding something. They're hiding something. So trust your gut intuition. I do feel this obscurity or this avoidance is intentional to create confusion. There's uncertainty. There's an unclear path ahead. And I do feel purification with the white on the card. So I think I could be speaking to a feminine, but then we do see a feminine, the one wearing the mask or like hiding something. And I do feel this is connected to a commitment. We do see the ring on the finger, and this is connected to romance because in the background, a little bit blurry, there's red roses. And so it's like something here is faded, connected to love, to romance, to a connection. So let's see what needs to come through. Oh, breaking point just flipped out in reverse. So this really is feeling like a tower reversed. So the straw, right? That final straw that breaks the camel's back. This is also an energy, I want to say, of that 10 of Wands in reverse. And so there's a burden here that somebody has carried, right? We're ending this cycle. The passion is gone. Working through that inner wound has been done. And now it's time to say enough and to lay down that burden. So that tower reversed is this energy. I feel like this ending has kind of been avoided, or this realignment has been avoided. And so the universe kind of comes in, and it does feel a little bit like divine intervention, because there's been a lack of listening to the intuition, right? So I talked about that gut intuition. The card says heart song, telepathy, and inner knowing. So there's a high priestess quality here coming through, right? And so sometimes we do have to make a head over heart decision. If we are too emotionally attached, we usually can't see things clearly. And when we have a deep emotional attachment, it will make us easy to be manipulated, right? It will create that confusion. That person knows how to play on your heartstrings. So what is this all about? Oh my goodness, we just got the karma that flipped out in reverse. I want you to be able to see these cards. And it came out with hopeless in reversed. So I just feel like this rock bottom energy, and I feel it like collectively. So this is like a cycle that is completed, that has been held on to long past its expiry date. So there could be residual energy here. There could be an actual tower coming down within some type of partnership. And this is due to some type of karmic debt. It does feel very karmic. And so when we hold on to something really, really tight and we resist the changes, we ignore the signs, that tower is going to come in, and it's going to be devastating, right? Because we've not learned the lesson of that cause and effect. And so I just feel, I'm actually hearing that song Fall Apart by Post Malone. And I kind of feel this is just this coming to Jesus moment, right? We all get to that point on the healing journey where we kind of have to drop to our knees, right? This emotional storm, I feel, has been building for a while. This Mercury retrograde is really getting us to dive deep into that heart, into our own heart song, into the telepathy too, I feel, is a connection to the higher self. I believe we can have telepathy with multiple soulmates, especially as empaths. But there's this storm brewing. There's this lack of accountability is what this feels like with the apology. And I do feel a coming to Jesus moment. I almost feel the energy of the Hierophant that would come through in the Tarot of Dreams deck, where the person is like praying with this completion energy of this circle of energy all around them. And so forgiveness. This is about returning to self. This is about returning to a state of innocence. And so I feel repressed emotions connected to past traumas really coming up at this pivotal point with the retrograde stationing and kind of just sitting there. So we're in this state of what it feels like limbo. But there's this release too, I want to say, of this Five of Cups energy. I feel a Five of Cups, almost like in reverse, like the worst is over, right? There's no where to go but up from here. And so resistance, healing, and return in reverse. So there's resistance, I think, to return to maybe a situation where somebody does need to make amends. And that doesn't mean getting back together, but there is a second chance here. There is an opportunity to heal a situation, to complete a cycle. If somebody's been suppressing, maybe watching somebody, or still resisting completing the cycle, there is an opportunity to heal. So I think there's a cleansing, there's a purification, there's a releasing here. And this is connected to past life. So with Leo retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, there's a lot of deja vu coming forward to be cleared, connected to these repeated patterns within toxic relationships. So this karmic lesson, I feel, has been avoided up until now. And somebody here has kept themselves, what I feel, is trapped in a situation, possibly in a foundation, where they felt tied down. They've created almost this Eight of Swords energy where we can always walk away, we can always break free, and we become a prisoner of our own reality at times. And so I do feel a shocking Tower. There's this energy of unexpected trouble, right? And clarity, because it's time. So there's a truth coming to light, and I do think this truth bomb is connected to Uranus moving into Gemini, because Gemini is connected to Mercury, and there's going to be like a heart chakra activation. That's where the real truth resides. And with the camera, I do feel there's reminiscing energy here. I almost feel like a Six of Cups, a looking back, nostalgia. There could be a past life connection here. There could be multiple past life connections here. I feel soul ties, an energetic cord here that needs to be severed because it's time to complete this cycle. And so there is this very strong energy of divine timing, and then we're going to stop at only you. So there is like this underlying attachment for sure, and this craving of an energy too. So I think we're going to go a little bit deeper with the tarot. I do need a splash of water, and I've got to figure out what deck we're going to use to go a little bit deeper here. I think we're going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot. Let's see. Let's go one layer deeper. There's that Tower reversed. So I was looking at that breaking point card, and there it is, that Tower reversed. And so there has been a lack of healing connected to a past heartbreak, past betrayal. I always feel, if we turn it up right, I always feel this tad bit of energy, almost like Sleeping Beauty, right? So I think somebody here was deeply hurt, and they went through a death process, and there's been a lack of communication connected to this ending. And so I feel somebody might be falling apart now, maybe 4 years after the fact is what this is feeling like for me. So somebody has some holes in their foundation. foundation too, right? And so this is like a slow burning tower. So this tower's been in the works, I want to say, for quite some time. This is a tower that might have started to crumble 4 years ago, and now all of the holes in a false foundation are kind of coming to light, being illuminated. So let's see what needs to come through connected to this breaking point in reverse. What do we got here? Ace of Swords in reverse. So there's that lack of truth. There's that lack of authenticity. There is a foundation here that was built on lies. Somebody here didn't heed the guidance of spirit. And I do feel the truth is coming to light. I think somebody here is going to just kind of have no choice. I feel like other than to confess what's been repressed. So intuition, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I feel like I'm talking to a feminine, and I feel she's a Queen of Swords and she already knows the truth. So this could be you. You could be at somebody's ex here, and now they're finally having that tower and you know it. You're very intuitive. You're very honest. You're very forthright. You could be a public speaker. You could be an online influencer. I just feel you have a deep inner knowing. I feel this is somebody separate from this this energy that feels heavy, but they're sitting there, I feel, waiting to receive news. Waiting to receive news. Let's look at this karma. So 2 of Cups reversed, 10 of Cups. There's an 8 of Cups here. Somebody walked away from their wish fulfillment, from their contentment. Maybe they weren't ready. This definitely is karma, cause and effect. There is definitely what I feel, a breakup or an ending of a connection where everything might have appeared hunky-dory on social media. Everything might have appeared like, hey, this is a happy family. But below the surface, there was this despair. There was a foundation falling apart. And this is an ending. There is an 8 of Cups here too. So let's look at this apology. Oh yeah, look at that, Emperor in reverse. So there is like a fall here, a big fall. This is like an ego death. There is masculine energy here and karmic energy going through a fall, going through a tower. And I do feel this is connected to beliefs. This is connected to a situation that maybe could have been wish fulfillment, but action wasn't taken towards this connection. That's what I feel. It's almost like something was stolen from this Queen of Swords. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It doesn't have to be. We have all of these energies in our chart and we all can embody these energies, but somebody didn't take action and somebody didn't commit to a situation that could have brought them a lot of love. And now they're realizing, I think, what they walked away from. I think somebody here chose money over love, and they're with somebody that is only with them for the money at this point in time. So let's look at this apology. I'm going to put all these cards back the way they were, and we're going to see what this apology is, because I do feel there is a feminine here waiting to receive news or an apology, or she feels or senses some type of emotional storm that somebody is going through. We get 1 card out and we get the 3 of Swords. So she's feeling somebody process heartbreak. I kind of feel there's been a lot of blood shed or a lot of ink spilled in a connection. There's been a lot of hurt, a lot of heartbreak, and I don't think there's been any resolution to that pain. And I don't know, what the box of chocolates with the heart, I feel like maybe there could have been a breakup or an ending around Valentine's Day. Whenever I see a box of like a heart-shaped box, I think of like Valentine chocolates. And so I feel journaling. I feel this energy too. It's time to write a new story. So somebody here is really going through it because, yeah, they did not take that leap of faith and invest in what could have been a partnership with a divine feminine. We see the Page of Pentacles in reverse, or they came in and they didn't really offer anything but breadcrumbs, and they probably deeply hurt this Empress. Taurus, Libra energy, doesn't have to be. And I feel an Empress here that healed from betrayal, from heartbreak, and she's about to birth something. And I feel there is an emotional storm brewing connected to a missed opportunity, and somebody might be unexpectedly arriving on the scene, but I do feel there was an unexpected departure which led to this energy of betrayal, this ultimate betrayal. And I feel this Mercury retrograde is saying, hey, this hasn't been fully dealt with. This hasn't been fully healed. There could be a divine feminine here going through the final layer and purging of this heartbreak connected to a betrayal. It doesn't mean somebody's coming back. And my grandma always used to tell me, you know, people always get their karma. Eventually, everybody gets their karma, because what goes around eventually comes around, and we might not live to see somebody have that karma play out. But eventually, the energy we put onto others will come back to us. So we have that cause and effect, right? We have to face the consequences of our choices. We are free to choose as we wish, but there are consequences, and there are karmic debts here to pay. And I do feel time's up, right? That karmic debt is due. And somebody here is going through it. This to me is like, there could be financial ruin here. There could be a huge loss. There could be this energy. I feel this energy of breaking somebody free out of a stuck cycle. Now, this could be a 7-year cycle. A 7-year cycle coming to a close. Pentacles, I do think, in times of years. And it's like somebody's hit the mark. And there's been this blocked, stuck energy. There's been, oh yeah, blocked communication connected to what I feel is a past ending. But the cycle was never closed. The door was never fully closed. And I feel there was a lack of closure, and I feel there's still a thread there that needs to be severed, that needs to be cleared, that needs to be healed, yes, with the star, because there's been a lack of balance. Holy cow. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So there's an awakening here for sure. Whoever owes somebody an apology, they are having a spiritual awakening. It is this energy of like Judgment Day, because there's a toxic cycle. There's a toxic cycle here that needs to be severed in order for a new beginning. So let's take a look at the resistance. And I do feel that 9 of Wands in reversed is definitely connected to that resistance. So there's been resistance to looking at this wound, maybe looking at this past ending. Sometimes it can take 10 years or longer for something to really complete and close out. So what is this healing? What is this resistance? Look at that. Let's see. 8 of Cups in reversed, King of Wands in reversed, and 3 of Wands sideways. There's sacred rage here. There's anger. There's, I think there's anger about having to go back. I feel like there is this cosmic push asking somebody to go back. There's a past situation here that's never fully been dealt with. I think somebody like quickly departed and they never dealt with it. And so they're stuck, right? They can't really go forward. They kind of have to go back. They're in this limbo of this, I just feel like this swirling, confusing energy around somebody that confused another person. This Queen of Swords. And there's an incomplete cycle here. There's a lesson that's repeated that's not been learned. And this is blocking a new cycle with the Fool. So I do feel somebody is being pushed to take a leap of faith, to maybe come forward with a peace offering. That very well could be it, to return what was taken. Maybe somebody stole this Queen of Swords heart, and they've got to return this stolen heart is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's take a look at this past life connection. Who is this person? That's only you. I feel you're the Queen of Swords and it's only you. So what is this? What is this all about? Because I feel shadow work. I feel shadow, right? We see the silhouette or the shadows here. And 5 of Cups in reverse. So I feel this is a repeated cycle where maybe 2 people have been kept apart. There's a lot of dissatisfaction here that I feel needs to be released. That 5 of Cups in reverse is connected to that sinking despair. But there's victory here. There's a new perspective, right? And so sometimes we can keep ourselves stuck and chained because of old beliefs, limiting beliefs. But there's recognition here too. And I feel like this Phoenix energy. So somebody is going through a rebirth. There is this Queen of Swords energy that I feel is gaining some type of public recognition. And this is shifting somebody's perspective about wish fulfillment. Now I see the crab on the card. So it could be a Cancer. But there's a need to go back. There's a going back energy. There's a cleaning up of some past karma coming through in this message. So let's get one last closing message here. What are we going to close this reading off with? Let's do a twin flame oracle message. Mother, father. So Empress, Emperor. There could be mother, father wounding. That needs to be cleared. This could have been a connection that mirrored that deep wounding, because we have the Empress. So we could have had a mother wound here, or just like a wound connected to feminine empowerment. I feel somebody here didn't recognize somebody's worth, or didn't feel worthy, or maybe they didn't have much to offer, so they didn't fully commit. And there is conflict here for sure, stemming from past life karma. So I feel there was like a power struggle. I feel somebody maybe saw this Empress as really beautiful and having a lot and fruitful and abundant. And I feel almost like a sabotaging energy. And I just saw the gateway card. So there's a gateway of energy, this retrograde, to look back, to reassess, to maybe drop the ego when it comes to a past situation where there was a lot of power struggles. This definitely was connected to gender roles, and probably as part of some type of mission of exposing negative human patterning. I do feel a twin flame connection, or some type of soul contract that was put on your path to activate you. So there's a closing of cycles. There is a closing of cycles. I didn't even read that before I said that. So right now there's a situation here that is connected to some past life cycles. And I picked up the deck, and the Warriors of Light card stayed. And so ultimately the twin flame mission is about unconditional love. And so these collective energies are creating a lot of blocks right now, I feel, as there's this mother-father wound being worked through. So unresolved issues with parents is what the back of the card says. And so there's that gateway card. So there is this energy of separation. I do feel maybe somebody you are apart with is thinking about you. But they know they can't come forward without anything less than the truth. And I think they're really resistant to that, because I think they're not sure if they can make amends, how to make amends, if the opportunity is even there. Would you even give them a second chance? And so that's creating this energy of resistance. And I do believe in second chances, but you do have to use your own discernment. There's going to be a lot of past energy coming up throughout this gateway, and these collective energies are stemming, connected to past life karma. So there is a major shift coming. We do have Lionsgate coming up. We also have the new moon, big energy shifts. But there's a lot of inner work here that I still feel needs to be done. But there is this decision point, right? The making of the choice. So really get clear on what it is that you want. I think learning the trick of manifesting what you do want and not what you don't want. So if you don't want this person to come back, then don't think about this person coming back. Put up them boundaries and go forward, and know that you have closed a cycle. It doesn't matter if they have or not. But either way, eternal love, right? We all do come from one source. So trust the process. There's something very layered here, connected to some program beliefs that are creating stuckness. But let's get one last message, one last closing message here, because I do feel a separation of some sort. So watch for the signs, but don't overanalyze the signs. Whatever's meant to be is kind of meant to be here. So what is the last message? What do we got here for the collective spirit? What's the last message? Oh, we're going to take these two cards. Avoid the drama. There could be a lot of dramatic power struggles, especially as we start the Leo retrograde. The moon is going to create some madness, especially when we go into the darkness of the Leo moon, right? And accept help. Don't be too prideful to reach out. This is also the energy of receiving. So be ready to receive what it is that you want, but there's still a mystery here. I feel there's a mystery in receiving this energy, and so we're in this process of cleansing. So yeah, ride the waves, process your feelings. There's a lot of knowledge being downloaded connected to this change. Uranus is asking us to change, and I feel this awakening once again with the trumpets. And this is about sending out that soul song, that soul vibration, calling in what is meant for you. Because I do feel there's something here blocking abundance, but there's a very dark portal that needs to be walked through, connected to shadow work, in order to get to like the grounding of the knowledge. So really draw on the energies of grounding, I want to say, and process your feelings, because I do feel, look at, we see the twin wolves, a twin connection in separation, and almost like you are purging to kind of come together in that same energetic frequency. And with the red on the card, I do feel romance, but it's like the death to the old relationship cycles and calling in that new cycle, that new, healthy, abundant, reciprocal connection. So I do feel that's what we should be working on, planting those seeds for that new moon in Leo, and really sending out that howl for that true union, that true counterpart union. So that's kind of what I got. That's my late night thoughts. So I figured I'd share them with you rather than just sit here in the energies and interpret them by myself. So I hope you have a great night. I hope you enjoyed this sporadic message for whoever. Let me know if you want to see more of these down below in the comments.